So since I started getting into so many projects, I bet you're wondering how I keep everything organized between my thread and my patterns and everything. So I'm going to walk you through now how I keep all of my cross stitch stuff organized the best way that I found that works for me. And if you like this video on how to organize your cross stitch, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel so you know what other projects I'm getting into and what I'm up to. So as I've already shown you, I have a massive amount of cross stitch magazines that come with like 133 designs in some of them. Absolutely so many designs. So what I did is I went through all of those magazines and I tore out all of my favorite patterns, and I went and got 2 giant binders and binder dividers. That way I could hole punch them and organize them per category that I wanted them to be in. One of my first categories is flowers. Since I'm really into florals right now, I made an entire floral category and butterflies. And then I went and I made a category full of just little emojis or girly designs. And then I have my fall designs. Then I have my card designs. I just love that peacock. How pretty is that? I really want to make that one. I love so many of these designs. How cute are these? Seriously. Look at that little cupcake. I want to make that and put that on something. Maybe make it into a card for somebody for their birthday. And there's another cupcake. I also have a category for all of these really pretty sceneries. How pretty are these sceneries? And I could even change the background of the color of the tree if I wanted to. Since I had so many magazines and so many favorite patterns, I had to get 2 binders and split them up. This is my Fizzy Bears that I think are just so adorable. There's ones that say, I love you. There's the ones that are, there's 2 of them together. I made that card last year. It was just so cute. I'm going to make more again this year for Christmas. There's a giant one holding a rose. How cute is he? One holding a heart. The really fun thing about these magazines are that they keep up with trending patterns and things that people want to do projects on. Like right now, boho and feathers and arrows are really big right now, so they just came out with a magazine with dream catchers and everything that people are really into right now. So that's really fun, is that they make patterns that people want to cross stitch. Okay, so that's how I keep all of my patterns organized. I rip them all out of the magazines, then I 3-hole punch them, and then I divide them into categories. My thread, I have found these really, really cool thread holders at Michael's. They could probably hold beads or jewelry or a whole bunch of other different crafts, but I found that holding my floss thread in them is really, really convenient. A lot of people take the time to wind all of their thread around these, but I just found that with as much thread as I have, it just takes way too much time. And I only do this once the thread has gotten kind of out of control, or if I don't have a spot for it, then I'll wind it around there. Otherwise, if I have a spot for it, I divide them each up into their little compartment and I leave them nice and neat in their place. And this is a double-sided container, so it's so nice. So this is my red and pink container. I have my blue container because I have so many blues. It just needed its own container, because I'm just gonna probably keep getting more and more. Now my favorite thread is the DMC, and that's a big part of the magazines. All come in DMC patterns and colors, so that's a big reason why I get this thread. But the quality of this floss is just really good and pretty. I mean, the colors are so vibrant. They really make the patterns of the projects just so pretty and stand out. I mean, look how shiny and beautiful these colors are, these purples. I love this floss. And on this side, I have all of my grays and neutrals and blacks. So even with 4 stacks of double-sided containers that hold my thread, I still don't have enough room for all of my thread. So I did get one of these. I still have to go get more of the double-sided ones. So I did get a stackable one that I put extra threads in, like all of my browns and creams and oranges and more browns. So I have been collecting thread for a long time. That way, anytime I want to do any kind of certain project, I can. And if I want to switch out colors for other colors that I don't particularly like that the pattern is calling for, that way I have lots of different options. That's my favorite way to organize my thread. So know what you're thinking. If I'm doing a project, do I go through all of this thread every time I want to do something? The answer is no. I take everything I need out for a project. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Right now I'm working on this adorable bunny. I am, I don't know, about halfway done, but I have quite a bit of her done already. And these are some of my favorite bunnies. I just think they're absolutely adorable. This is what she's supposed to look like when she gets done. I didn't like the colors of the butterfly, so I actually changed it to blue. And I don't think I like this green on her dress. I think I'm going to change that as well. So I do like to change colors once in a while just to kind of mix things up. But this is the pattern of her. So first I need to go buy the fabric that I want to use for the project. Now, fabrics come in different colors and in different sizes. I like the 14, and that just is the size of the squares of the fabric. They get smaller and they get bigger, but personally for my eyes and for the pictures that I create, I like the 14 count. And I use a different brands, I guess, but this is probably the most popular brand I go get at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. They aren't that expensive. I have white, creams, blues, reds. They all come in different colors. So I go and get, I grab the material that I need, the fabric for cross stitching, and I see how much I need. So usually it tells me the measurements that I need. I didn't cut this one all the way to the measurements because I wanted to leave it a little bit bigger because I didn't know what size frame I wanted to put this in yet. So I've kind of left it bigger than what it needs to be, just for my own personal preference. So it gives you the pattern, and then it tells you the colors that you're going to need. And all these different all of these different symbols and shapes are to tell you which colors to use. So once I get my fabric out and then I put the hoop around it to hold the fabric in place, I look at all the different colors that I need. I go in my big containers and I pull out all the colors, and I have a ton of these little containers. So these are the little containers that I use. They're like $1.99. And they don't hold that many threads, but they usually hold just enough for any project that I'm doing. And then I'll take a permanent marker and I'll make the mark of the mark on the pattern along with the number of the color of the thread. And then I will divide them in this. So as I'm working on a project, I will keep this entire kit with this, the pattern, and the project that I'm working on. And that's the best way that I found when it comes to organizing my projects. So something new that I started, instead of having to try to erase or get rid of this permanent marker that I write on these plastic containers for each project, I went out and bought a whole bunch of little labels. And so for this other project, for that ornament that you saw, those little bears that I like to do, I decided to use the stickers instead and write the symbol and then the number in each of the blocks. That way, when I want to start a new project, I can just either try to tear off those stickers or just put a sticker over it. So that way I can keep using these containers over and over for different projects that I'm using. And that helps keep it all organized. So I'm sorry if this video was a little long. I just wanted to walk you through everything that I do when it comes to keeping my cross stitch organized and projects that I work on. This wasn't an actual tutorial. If you want me to do a tutorial for cross stitch, please let me know. If this helped you with your organization skills, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you know what other things I'm getting into, whether it's hair, makeup, crafting. You never really know what I'm going to do next. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day.